Good morning, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will, yesterday I had taught you the theory where you have two medium, one and two. Okay. There were two mediums, one and two. And you had the constitutive parameters of the two media given to you. And we were talking about an incident, a normal incident. And an EM wave is incident normally, meaning making 90 degrees with the interface. And then part of it gets reflected, part of it gets transmitted. That's what we have seen when both these medium 1 and 2 are um, pure dielectrics. Then we also saw what happens when medium 1 is a pure dielectric, but medium 2 is a conductor, a pure conductor, a good conductor. Then we have seen that there is no transmission, all the wave is getting reflected. Okay, so and we got some equations also for that. And additionally, we also saw that there will be no change in polarization due to transmission or reflection in the case of normal incidence. Now, keeping all this in mind, let us quickly work out this problem. You have free space. So what you have here is free space indicated by mu naught and epsilon naught, that is medium 1. And at z greater than or equal to 0, you have your medium 2. Okay, and this medium 2 is a lossless medium whose constitutive parameters are given as 2 epsilon r and mu is equal to 8 mu r. Okay, and you have a plane wave that is incident normally, a plane wave incident normally. And what is happening is the magnetic field equation in medium 1 is given to you. It is 10 cos 10 to the power of 8t minus beta z along the ax cap direction. That's the direction of the magnetic field. But your electric field has to be perpendicular to this, and the direction of the k vector is plus z. Now determine the reflected magnetic field, reflected electric field, transmitted magnetic field, and transmitted electric field. Okay, please follow this problem very, very carefully. Okay, so for first thing that we will do here is we have been given omega. Omega is given as 10 to the power of 8 radians per second. Okay, and once you got your omega, we can immediately calculate beta 1. That is beta in the first medium. You know the relationship between omega and beta. You know that omega into under root of mu epsilon. Okay, but in this case, it is mu naught and epsilon naught because this medium is free space. Or this will be omega by c. Now substitute, you get omega is 10 to the power of 8, and look at c. C is 3 into 10 to the power of 8. So you get your beta 1 as 1 by 3. So that's the first answer you are getting. You're getting beta 1 as 1 by 3. So that's the first thing you are getting. Then once you've got your beta 1, let us get our beta 2. Okay, let us get beta 2. Beta 2 by the same logic, it is omega into under root of, what do you have here? You have 2 epsilon naught and then you have 8 mu naught. Okay, so that's going to become omega into under root of 16 is going to be equal to plus minus 4, and then you have under root of mu naught epsilon naught. Now compare both these and see, you can see that you're going to get your beta as 4 by 3. 4 by 3 radians per meter. So that's your beta 2. Beta 1 is 1 by 3 radians per meter. So here the assumption is that the frequency, you studied this in physics also, the frequency of a wave will not change when it goes from one medium to another. Therefore, omega remains the same. And after we have done with this, let us calculate another thing. So the next thing we are going to calculate for both the medium will be eta 1. Eta 1 is the intrinsic impedance, which is mu naught by epsilon naught. You all know the value. It is 120 pi. Now let us get eta 2. Eta 2 is going to be mu by epsilon. Okay, now tell me what will it be? Please write down, otherwise you will never be able to do in an examination. So 8 mu naught divided by, okay, here it's not mu or it has to be naught, please. Okay, 8 mu naught divided by 2 epsilon naught. Therefore, it is going to be 2 times under root of mu naught by epsilon naught. Therefore, it is going to be 240 pi, or I will say it is 2 times eta 1. Let me check. Yes, I got that. Okay, now can you logically tell me what is the next thing that we will have to find out? I got eta 1 and eta 2. After getting eta 1 and eta 2, what can you find out? You can get E naughts. Okay. Before that, there's something else also you can get. You can get your reflection coefficient. You can get your reflection coefficient and transmission coefficients.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What is the equation for reflection coefficient? Eta 2 minus eta 1 divided by eta 2 plus eta 1. Okay. Now tell me what will it be? Eta 2 minus eta 1. So that means 2 eta 1 minus eta 1. So that is eta 1 divided by 3 eta 1. That is 1 by 3. Is that correct? Look at that. Eta 2 is 2 eta 1. Okay. Now similarly, you can use another relationship. The other relationship that you can use is 1 plus gamma equal to T. Okay. Therefore, you can get your transmission coefficient. You can get your transmission coefficient as how much? What will be the transmission coefficient? Anyone? Transmission coefficient will be 1 plus gamma. Therefore, it will be 4 by 3. 4 by 3. Where is my pointer? Yeah, 4 by 3. You are going to use all these things to solve the problem. So basically what I have just done is got all these calculations which are going to be required to write the transmission wave. Is that clear? Okay, guys. Till this step, did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we will start writing our, what is the first thing we can write? We can first of all write our EI. See here, what is this given? What is this given here? Look at this. What is this? This is the incident wave. So I will call this as HI. I can call it as HI, right? So I have my HI. Now let us first write EI. Let us first write EI. To get EI, I need to get the direction of EI. How do I get the direction of EI? Look at this. HI is along AX direction, AX cap direction. Okay. Therefore, and then AK is along, AK cap is along plus Z direction. Therefore, what will be the direction of EI?
Y
Minus
direction.
Y.
What is that?
Minus Y.
Yeah, let me just write it. Let me write it. A E cap cross A H cap is equal to A K cap. A cap is along Z and H is along AX, right? Therefore, AE cap is along minus AY. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I got that. So once I've got that, next what I will do is, since this is there, I can immediately write my EI equation. So what will be my EI equation? EI will be EI naught, and then it is a lossless medium. Okay, therefore it will have the same form as your magnetic field also, and no phase difference will be there. Okay, so what will be that equation? I can write that equation as, let me see, that equation will be cos 10 to the power of 8t minus, it is in the medium 1. So it is beta 1z, but should it be, it is incident, therefore it is minus beta z, and you gave me the direction as minus AY cap. What is my EI naught? What is the relationship between EI naught and HI naught?
Multiplied by.
Right? Okay, so what is my eta 1? Eta 1, I got it as 120. And what is my H naught? H naught is given in the problem as 10. Okay, therefore it becomes 120 pi. Oh my God. What's happening? Yeah, so 120 pi into 10, therefore it becomes 1200 pi. Is that right? Yeah, 1200 into pi is your E naught. Therefore now substitute it. It's going to become minus 1200 pi cos of 10 to the power of 8t. And what was our beta 1? Anyone?
1/3.
1 by 3. So 1 by 3 z along the ay cap direction, and the unit, none of you is writing unit. Here H is given as milliamps per meter. Therefore, this is going to be millivolts per meter. So this is your answer for E incident. Clear, guys? Did you understand this? So what were all the unknowns there? You didn't know your EI naught that you got. Next thing is the polarization of the wave. Okay, the polarization you got now, and then you got your beta 1, substituted everything, and you got your EI. So this is another answer you have got. Okay, once you have got this, you can immediately try writing your E reflection. So what is E reflection? E reflection will be ER naught, then cos of, remember, E reflection. Reflection is into medium 1 only. Remember, it is not going to medium 2. It is reflecting into medium 1. So 10 to the power of 8t. And here what will I write? I have to write beta 1, but it is moving in the opposite direction. Reflected way. So it will move along the minus z direction. Therefore, here you will write plus 1 by 3 z. And what will be the component? It will be ay cap only. Why? Why will it be ay cap? Because polarization does not change. Polarization does not change. Therefore, it remains ay cap. And of course, the unit, you can still write it as millivolts per meter. So this is the next thing you've got. Okay, I've not got it. I need to substitute. Okay, so what is my ER naught? Anyone? What is the relationship between EI naught and ER naught? ER naught by EI naught is going to be equal to reflection coefficient. And what is the value of reflection coefficient? Reflection coefficient was 1 by 3. Okay, so from this, you write down ER will be equal to, what is ER naught? What happened? Pi into 1 by 3. Then you will write cos of 10 to the power of 8t plus 1 by 3 z ay cap millivolts per meter. Did you understand this step, guys? Anyone? Any doubts? It's extremely distressing when nobody answers. Sri Chakra, did you understand this step?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what have I done here? How did I get this?
ER by E naught is equal
Yeah,
to
ER naught by
coefficient.
EI naught equal to gamma, which is 1 by 3. Please remember, this is for the border. It is at z equal to 0 only. This equation holds good. Okay. This relationship holds good at z equal to 0 at the boundary. Okay, so I got this. Next, what do I find? What do you think I can find out? I can find out HR. Okay, to find HR, what should I do? What should I do? HR naught, then cos of 10 to the power of 8t plus, I'm sorry, plus 1 by 3. Why plus 1 by 3? Because it is reflection. And then let me write the unit also, milliamps per meter. Let me write the units also. Okay, but what is going to be the direction? What is going to be the direction? So once more, what I will do here is I have to use AE cross AH equal to AK. What is my AK direction? AK direction is along minus AZ. And what is my AE direction? AE direction, that is the electric field direction, is I'm finding along minus AY cap. So what is my AH direction then?
Minus X.
Minus X, are you sure? Yeah, so it is minus AX cap, minus AX cap. So I have to put a minus here and then write AX cap. Okay. Yeah. Next, what is my HR naught? Anyone? HR naught is going to be equal to
ER naught by eta.
ER naught
By eta 1.
by eta 1. So ER naught I know. ER naught is 1200 pi by 3. And what is eta 1? Eta 1 is 1 by 3. Therefore 3 and 3 will get cancelled out, right? Yeah. So I will be able to get, this is correct. Eta 1 is not 1 by 3. Sorry, nobody is correcting me. Now what is eta 1?
120 pi.
120 pi.
120 pi. So what will I get?
10.
10 by 3. 10 by 3. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll get 10 by 3. So that 10 by 3, we'll put it here. Therefore, you will write your HR as minus 10 by 3 cosine of 10 to the power of 8t plus 1 by 3z AX cap milliamps per meter. So till now, we have been in medium 1 only. So what have I done till now? All I have done is I have found out, I have been given the incident H. From that, I found out incident E. Then after that, I used the reflection coefficient definition and found out E reflection. And then took the relationship between electric field and magnetic field in medium 1 and got H reflection. So I have got E reflection, H reflection, and E incident. All the three things I have found out. And I'm still in medium 1. Next, what should I do? Next, what should I do? Anyone? I should move to the second medium. Moving to the second medium means I should start discussion on transmission coefficient. Transmission coefficient I already found out. Okay, transmission coefficient we already found out. What is the value of transmission coefficient? Transmission coefficient is 4 by 3. Okay, 4 by 3. So now let us go ahead, go to the next. Oh my God, I need to introduce one more page. Yeah, I've introduced one more page. So now let us find out the transmission coefficients. Okay, to find the transmission coefficient, how will I do it? I need to now write the relationship between transmission coefficient is equal to E T naught by E I naught. E T naught by E I naught. Okay, and you know that this is equal to 4 by 3. So from here, I'll be able to get my E T naught. E T naught will be equal to 4 by 3 E I naught. Okay, E I naught I already have with me. So let me just put that here. Okay, so therefore it is going to be 4 by 3 into E I naught is 1200 pi. 1200 pi. I got my E T naught. Next, let me write the equation for E T. What will be the equation for ET? It will be E T naught, then cosine of 10 to the power of 8t. Next, what should I write here? Anyone? It is getting transmitted to the second medium. And it is going to move in the positive z direction. So what should I put?
Minus beta 2 z.
Minus beta 2. Very good. Minus beta 2 z And what do I write here? Polarization will not change. Therefore, it will be minus AY. Polarization will not change. Therefore, it has to be minus AY. So now put everything. Put everything. Therefore, this is going to be equal to minus 4800 pi by 3, then cosine of 10 to the power of 8t. And what was my beta 2? Anyone? Beta 2 was 4 by 3 Z A Y cap millivolts per meter. Is this fine, guys?
Yes.
Any doubts? Okay, what is the next thing we need to find out? What's the next thing? H transmission. H transmission is going to be equal to H T naught cosine of 10 to the power of 8t. Here, what will I write? It is the second medium and it is traveling in the direction of k vector. Therefore, minus beta 2z. And then I don't know what is going to be my direction. To get my direction, what do I do? In medium 2, we have to write AE cross AH cross equal to AK cross. AK cross is AZ cap. Actually, it's going to be exactly like incident only. So AE is going to be minus AY. Then what will be AH now?
AX.
AX, right, plus. Okay, that's what was given in the problem. Do you remember in the problem incident electric magnetic field was given as plus AX. So same thing, because it's just gone from one medium to the other, but it is in the same direction. Therefore, your electric field and magnetic field also will remain the same directions only. Only thing is your medium is different. Therefore, eta 2 and all that will be involved. Beta 2, eta 2, all that will come into picture. Okay, so therefore here I will write AX cap milliamps per meter. Now substitute. What is HT? HT naught? Anyone? HT naught will be equal to ET naught
By neta 2.
ET naught by eta 2. Very good. Okay, that is ET naught. And what is my eta 2? Anyone? Eta 2 is 240 pi. 240 pi. So that use that here. And ET naught is 4800 pi by 3, then divided by 240 pi. So to simplify all this, okay. Then cosine of 10 to the power of 8t minus, what is beta 2? Beta 2 is 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 z AX cap milliamps per meter. Or if I cancel out all the things that are not required, what will I get? Anyone? Pi and pi will go. So this is going to be 240. So this will be 20, I guess. So 20 by 3 cosine of 10 to the power of 8t minus 4 by 3z AX cap milliamps per meter. So that's the answer for your HT. So did you understand? So what are all the presumptions we are making? The first presumption is that when a wave is incident normally on the interface, there is no change in the polarization. That's the first presumption. Next thing, there is no change in the omega value or the frequency when a wave goes from one medium to another. Then the next thing we do is finding out all the related parameters that you require. One will be your beta 1, beta 2, the eta 1, eta 2. Once you get all this, you will be able to get your transmission coefficient and your reflection coefficients. Then it's only the question of looking at the wave at each stage. Incident, then use the relationship between H and E. Then reflection, use the relationship between H and E. Then transmission, same as incident. Is this difficult? Oh, Annaluz,
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So now let's try the next one. Hey, I am always feeling bad for Revant. Yeah. This Revant fellow is so sincere. Why marks don't come?
Even I don't know, ma'am.
I really feel bad for you. Okay. So let's just look at this. The next problem. Okay. Hey, at least this test, I'm telling you, people who come to the class will definitely be able to score well. At that time, I've already seen also. Okay. So let's try this. This is practice exercise. A 5 gigahertz uniform plane wave, okay, where the electric field is given in a phasor notation. So 10 e to the power of minus j beta z ax cap. So what does this indicate? What is the direction of propagation?
Positive Z.
Uh,
Positive Z.
positive z. And the component of the electric field is ax. And it is in free space. And it is incident normally on a large plane, lossless dielectric slab, z greater than 0. Epsilon and mu of the medium are given to you. Find the reflected wave and the transmitted wave. Try it. Let us see. Let's try it. So let's first draw one figure till we are comfortable. Z greater than 0. Okay. So this is medium 2, medium 1. So here it is mu naught, epsilon naught. On this side, what do you have? 4 mu naught and 4 epsilon naught and mu naught. Okay. It is incident. So this is your k vector. Then let us first of all fix the XYZ coordinate system. Let's fix the XY coordinate system. So if I call this as my x-axis, AX cap, and this is my AZ cap, then what is the direction of my AY cap? Anyone? X cross Y. So therefore it is going to be out of the plane. Yes or no? Out of the plane is AY cap. Okay, just draw this and keep, okay? It will help you to refer to it immediately. That's the reason why I want you to write this. Okay, so now let's start off. What are all the things that you can first calculate? Omega. What is omega?
2 pi f.
2 pi f, very good. 2 pi f. So it is 2 pi giga. Some people have written it as giga is 6 and all that in the examination. Okay, so it is into 5 into 10 to the power of, how much is giga?
9.
9. So 10 pi into 10 to the power of 9 radians per second. So this is the first result that you have got. Okay, next thing. Next thing. Can we get beta? Beta 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what is beta 1?
Omega by mu naught epsilon naught.
Mu naught epsilon naught. Omega by c. So this is going to be 10
1
pi into 10 to the power of 9 divided by c is
3 into 10 power 8.
3 into 10 to the power of 8. Okay. So let me see how I have written my beta 1, beta 1, beta 1. Okay. So this is what it is. So beta 1 radians per meter. Let's keep it like this. Okay, next. Or if we write it in a better form, it will be 100 pi by 3 radians per meter. Is that correct? Somebody
Yes, ma'am.
has chatted and said something. What is that? 104.7. Okay, fine. Thank you, Shantanu. Okay, because I didn't do that in my paper also. Okay, next let us find out beta 2. Omega into, you can see that it is 2 times mu naught epsilon naught. Is that right? Because here you have a 4. Under root of 4 is 2. Okay, therefore I can say it is 2 times beta 1. So that is 200 pi by 3 radians per meter. So you got one more thing. Then next, what do you do? Find eta 1. Eta 1 is mu naught by epsilon naught. Therefore, it is going to be 120 pi. Next, what will be eta 2? Under root of mu naught by 4 epsilon naught. I don't know why I'm making this mistake. Okay. So therefore it is going to be 60 pi. Is this right? 1 by 4,
Yes, ma'am.
under root of 1 by 4 is half.
ma'am.
Okay, you got this. Next, what do you do? Find the reflection coefficient. Eta 2 minus eta 1 divided by eta 2 plus eta 1. How much is that?
Minus 60 by 180.
Minus 60 pi divided by 180 pi. So it is minus 1 by 3. Look at this. Reflection coefficient is minus 1 by 3. Next, what do you do?
Transform.
The transmission coefficient. Transmission coefficient is 1 plus gamma. So therefore, how much is that transmission coefficient? It will be 2 by 3. Yeah. So we got everything that we need. Next, what do you do? Plug it into each of these equations. That's all. Shall we do that? I got everything that I required, right? Now I have to just plug it into, find out, so what are the things that I have to find out? Reflection wave, ERS and ETS, that's all. Even H is not asked. Okay, so let's do ERS first. Reflection. So ERS is going to be equal to ER naught, then e to the power of, what do I write? Reflection. So what do I write here?
Plus J beta 1 Z, and the direction is going to be AX cap because polarization is not changed. Okay. Now, what is ER naught? ER naught is going to be ER naught by E. I naught is going to be equal to reflection coefficient. Reflection coefficient you found out was, reflection coefficient was minus 1 by 3. Okay, implies your ER naught is going to be equal to minus EI naught. EI naught was 10, so minus 10 by 3. Okay, so now put that here. So it becomes minus 10 by 3 e to the power of plus j. Beta 1 you already calculated. What was beta 1? Beta 1 was 100 pi by 3. So let me just write that. 100 pi by 3 Z AX cap, and the unit is volts per meter. Okay, what is the next thing we need to do? We have to find out ERS, then ETS. What will that be? ET naught, e to the power of, it is in the same Z direction after transmission. So what do I write? Minus J, then it is another medium, so beta 2 Z and along the AX cap direction. Okay, along the AX cap direction. So now what will be ET naught? ET naught by EI naught is transmission coefficient, which is 2 by 3. Therefore, ET naught will be equal to 20 by 3. 20 by 3. So put that here. So 20 by 3 into e to the power of minus j, and beta 2 I have calculated is 2 times beta 1. Therefore, 200 pi by 3 Z along the AX cap direction volts per meter. Some of you will be wondering, in some cases she has got a minus, in some cases a plus. Don't bother, because polarization, see, after all, it's a electric field which is moving to half the cycle positive, half the cycle negative. It's actually the axis that is important, whether it is AX or AY or AZ. Is this fine, guys? Next, how can you extend this problem? You can extend this problem by asking to calculate your magnetic field, all the three magnetic fields can be easily calculated because you already have with you all the parameters that you need. Just plug it in and write it. These problems, they are not difficult. They are only long. They are not at all difficult. And when you do 2 or 3, by now I'm sure all of you remember all these formulas. Is it difficult now? Eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 1 plus eta 2. Then 2 eta 2 divided by eta 1 plus eta 2. 1 plus tau equal to gamma. I'm saying 1 plus gamma equal to tau. Or is it 1 minus? That you just see. Okay. So maybe this problem I'll just start and leave it. Then you can see how to go about completing it. Now, actually, I want to do 4 problems for normal incidents. But what I'm going to do is I will, the rest of it I will record and give you so that, we now have to go for incidents that is not normal also. So at some oblique angle, that also we have to do. So what we will do is just quickly write down. Now, how is this problem different from the previous problem? It is in air, so mu naught epsilon naught. Then it is normal incidence only, and z greater than or equal to 0. That's also fine. But look at the electric field. Electric field is going to have 2 components. It has got 2 components. It has got an x component and it has got a y component. So the work will become double. That's all. Otherwise, there's nothing new. So let me first of all write my incident wave. Incident electric field is 40 cos omega t minus beta z along the ax cap direction plus 30 sine omega t minus beta z along the a y cap direction volts per meter. Okay. So as we normally do, anything is given about omega, omega is not given. So you need not calculate omega. Omega is anyway a constant for both the medium. So don't bother. Next thing. And what is asked? First thing is find the reflected electric field and the reflected magnetic field. Both these are asked. Next thing is what is the total electric field? What's the meaning of total electric field? Total electric field means total electric field for z less than 0. What does this mean? Total electric field and magnetic field for z less than 0. That means on this side. So total electric field will be E incident plus E reflected. And total magnetic field, similarly you can write. If I want the total electric field on side 2, it is transmitted. Okay. Next, calculate the time average pointing vector. So that means he is bringing in power also here. So let's start quickly solving it. So how do we start?
HI is also asked, ma'am.
HI is asked. Oh, find HI is also asked. Okay, great. So what are the things we should start finding?
Beta. That's not beta.
Then is there anything given about medium 2? It is in air. Given in air, find HI perfectly conducting. Oh, great. It's here. It's a perfectly conducting. Medium 2 is perfectly conducting. So that means what will happen? If medium 2 is perfectly conducting, then will there be any transmission? No transmission. It will be 0. And there will be a complete reflection. A complete reflection will be there. Since it is a pure conductor or a good conductor, medium 2 is a pure conductor, implies that the reflection coefficient will be equal to anyone? Anyone?
-1.
-1. Transmission coefficient will be equal to 0. These are the 2 important things for this problem. These are the 2 important things for this particular problem. That is the reason why he is asking for Z less than 0. Find out the total field for less than 0. Okay, so now let's start doing our HI. To find HI, what do I need? I need my eta 1. So what is eta 1? Okay, next what do I do? Write my HI. H incident will be equal to HR naught. HR naught will be 40 divided by, in the exam, please don't write like this, write the step also. E naught, EI naught divided by eta 1. Okay, next, cosine of omega t minus beta z, nothing is given about beta. So let's write it as beta z. And what will be the direction? Electric field is along z. K vector is along plus z. Electric field is along plus x. Therefore, what will I get here? AY cap. Next, let's go to the next part. Next part similarly will be 30 divided by 125. Then sine of omega t minus beta z. Here it is AY cap. AY cap. Just use AE cross AH is equal to AK. It will be minus
AX.
Minus AX. And ampere per meter. So without doing anything, you got this. Next, what do you do? Because the reflection coefficient is equal to -1, okay, immediately write your reflected electric and magnetic field. ER naught, then what is the original equation? Yeah, so ER naught cos of omega t minus beta z. I don't know what is the direction. Then let us write the next part. So that next part is going to be equal to, again, ER naught 1 I will write for the first term, ER naught 2 for the second term, then sine of omega t minus beta z. Again, I don't know the direction. So what will be ER naught? ER naught will be Is this right? Okay, therefore here,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, here I will write, there it was given plus 40, so here I will write minus 40. Then cosine of omega t minus beta z. What will be the direction?
Ma'am, that is omega t plus beta z, no, ma'am.
Ah, plus
Negative
beta
z.
z. Right, it will be plus because it is a reflection. Right, thank you. Plus beta z. And then what will be the direction of the electric field? Electric field will be same as in the previous case. Polarization doesn't change. Therefore, AX cap. Then here it will be AY cap. Then here what do I write? Instead of plus 30, it becomes minus 30 because gamma equal to -1. Then sine of omega t plus beta z AY cap. And then it is given as volts per meter. Okay, nothing. It's quite easy. Next, what is the next thing you're supposed to find out? Find the HR. So what do I do there? HR. What is the relationship between E and H? E divided by eta 1. Therefore, it will be minus 40 divided by 125. Then cos of omega t plus beta z. Let me not put the direction. Then here it will be minus 30 divided by 125. Then sine of omega t plus beta z. Now tell me the direction.
Minus
What will be the direction? Here electric field is AX and propagation is minus AZ. Therefore you'll get minus AY. Okay. Next, here propagation is along minus Z and the electric field is along AY. Therefore,
So that's your reflected field. Let me check whether the answer is right. Yes, 1 by 30 cos minus, where is it? H reflected. Yeah, 1 by 30 cos omega t plus beta z ay cap, then minus, correct, it's correct. Okay, next what do you do? Go back, tell me what is the next part of the problem. What is the total electric field and total magnetic field for the region 1? Total electric field and magnetic field for region 1. So how do you do that? So I told you the total electric field. Total electric field is E incident plus E reflected. E incident plus E reflected. Okay, so just do this and see. It will be 40 cos omega t minus beta z a x cap. Okay, correct me if I make any mistake. Plus 30 sine omega t minus beta z along a y cap. Then plus here you have minus 40 cos omega t plus beta z a x cap. Then you have minus 30 sine omega t minus beta z along a y cap. Now what is, how do you get? Will the answer be 0?
Yes, ma'am, at the last term.
Huh?
Omega t plus beta z last term.
Okay, plus. So you just have to use cos A minus cos B. Cos A minus cos B, sin A minus sin B. Otherwise 30 is common here, 40 is common here. So when you club these two, you get cos A minus cos B. So here sin A minus sin B. Just you have to use that formula. That's all. Okay. So I hope you can do that part. So once you do that, you will get minus 80 sine omega t, then cos of omega by c. Oh, sorry. Let me write it the way I have been writing here. Cos of beta z a x cap, then minus 60 cos of omega t, then sine of beta z along the a y cap. So what do you make out of this equation? Is it a traveling wave? What you get is going to be a standing wave. So the incident wave and the reflected wave, they are just the same except for your except for the direction. Therefore, they form a standing wave. So this is the equation of the standing wave that you have got. And let me just this is a E total. Okay, E total, ET I don't want to put because ET stands for transmission. So just let us leave it as E, or you can even write it as E total. E total equal to EI plus ER. Can you not do magnetic field on the same lines? Please do magnetic field on the same lines. Okay. And then pointing vector, you just try yourself and see. Pointing vector, you try yourself and see. Okay. That's not going to be difficult. Pointing vector, if you do, you will get a pointing vector should be equal to 0. Just do this yourself and see. Pointing vector, you do yourself and see. Pointing vector will be equal to 0. I'll tell you why. Pointing vector talks about the energy propagation. E cross H will be the direction. So for incident, it will be this direction. And for reflection, it will be this direction. Again, E cross H. Okay. And your pointing vector expression will have a square of this. So what happens is the incident and the reflected will become equal and opposite. There are two vectors, equal and opposite. Therefore, the sum will be 0. Okay, if you're not able to do it, I will do it in the next class and show you. Okay, only thing is these problems are long, but they are easy, but you need practice if you have to do it in an examination. Without practice, you won't be able to do it. Any doubts?